Hi everyone. I just wanted to pop on and kind of go over how to most effectively change your nutrition and fitness so that you max out your results. So there's a few things that you need to do. Number one, you need to ditch the diet. I get so frustrated. Anyway, we're going to get back to that. Ditch the attitude. And when I mean ditch the attitude, I'm talking like the whole thing of I can't do it. I'm just big boned and there's no point. My thyroid is low. I don't have time. I'll start soon. You know, there's so many things with that attitude. Like, ditch it. You need an open mind, first and foremost, with any health journey, because you are very different than anyone else on this planet. No, there's no one way to do anything. So everyone has a different way to achieve the results, and I think that's super important. The third thing is ditch the fear. I've been there. Like, I'm just not making this stuff up. I'm not just telling you to do something that I actually haven't gone through. I have actually been in this industry for 27 years, and a good part of that I spent competing and dieting and chronically dieting. Even in between competitions, I was worried about how I looked. I created all sorts of mental issues, emotional issues when it came to my body. So I've been there, and it comes from a place of fear. So we need to ditch it, and not even, I shouldn't even say ditch it, but I would say more get used to holding fear's hand. So if we don't take a step forward and try something new or do something new or be open-minded, we're never gonna get anywhere. I don't know about you, but I've been like this my whole life. I don't like just being complacent. I don't like just accepting things to be the way they are just because I'm getting older, or because because this happened or that happened, and my life is, got a lot going on. I have kids, I have family, I have this and that and everything. I mean, we could come up with a million excuses, but at the end of the day, if you really want something, and I know this as a competitor, I really wanted what I wanted, right? So I did everything I had to do to get it. Now, it wasn't necessarily always healthy, but I did what I had to do because I wanted it. So a part of the reason why you don't take the step to mind-body nutrition and to purposeful movement and kind of nurture your body and respect your body is out of fear. So you need to ditch the diet, ditch the attitude, and not necessarily ditch fear, but be okay with holding fear's hand. And I think one of the things is people are very confused at what I do now. Now, I'm coming from a place of where I was a personal trainer. I was a pretty hardcore personal trainer. I was a competitor for 12 years. I did about 12 to 13 competitions. I kind of lost track. You've seen me like super shredded and on stage. And now, don't get me wrong, competing didn't make me fall on my face. I made me fall on my face because I didn't treat my body with respect. I have nothing against the sport, but it's after I started competing that my health went to shit. So I fell on my face. And when I say that, like, I didn't share a lot of that, more out of being embarrassed and more of, not just because I was a competitor, but I was in the health and fitness industry. I was embarrassed to say that I was in a really bad place. I had the worst adrenal fatigue ever. When I got my hormones tested, I was barely producing any DHEA because my adrenals were fried, which means that screwed up my sex hormones. My progesterone dropped, my testosterone dropped. I was barely producing any growth hormone. And as we get older, I'm 48, that's not so good to have it drop. Now, some people might say, well, you are getting older, so your hormones are going to change. But when I went to see an endocrinologist, he basically said they are way below what they should be for your age. So that's unacceptable. I was a mess. I was a mess. I could barely pick up a 5-pound dumbbell. I didn't even want to get out of bed. I felt like a big tank. Didn't matter what I ate. I just felt like crap. I felt big. I felt gross. I was inflamed. It was terrible. So I finally stepped up and said, fucking no more. I'm not treating my body this way anymore. I'm done. I'm done. I know better, so I'm going to do better. So I spent a year becoming a health coach, went back and educated myself. I became an NLP practitioner, which if you don't know what that is, that's somebody that basically... it's hard to explain to people, but it helps me create rapport with people, first and foremost, which is really important as a health coach. But also it helps me because 90% of your thoughts in a day comes from your unconscious mind, your subconscious. So you really, unless you're able to tap in that, you're not controlling anything you're doing in a day because your unconscious takes over. You're in a trance. You do what your body feels you need to do based on your programming and your beliefs that you've set in there, good or bad. So what I do as an NLP practitioner is I can help you get past those things. I can help you let go of limiting beliefs, and I can help you create new positive habits and get you to make them stick. Now, you've probably heard me say this many times. I am so anti-diet that I can't even, it's almost like, fuck diets. I'm literally that over diets. I'm over hearing about them. I'm over hearing about all the restriction. I'm over hearing coaches that know better comparing fruits and saying this fruit is worse than this fruit. And now everybody who doesn't know any better is afraid to eat fruit. You're not going to get fat if you eat fruit. You're not. You would if you ate fruit all day, every day. But we have to get ourselves more educated on what your body needs. Your body needs carbs, it needs protein, it needs fat. Another thing, when people say carbs are bad for you, again, we are putting this message out to people. People don't know that, there are good carbs out there. There's essential carbs out there. There's good carbs. So yes, you have to kind of understand that sugar, no, we shouldn't be eating a lot of sugar. If you have it every now and again, it's not going to kill you. Trust me. If it could kill you, we'd all be dead. Put it that way. Sugars and, all your processed grains and pastas and white rice. And I could go on with the things that you shouldn't be drinking and eating. And so I think we really need to know the difference there. But when I talk about mind-body nutrition, and when I take on a client, first of all, the very first thing that I do is I set them up before we even start, where I do a huge quiz. It is insane because I want to know what your gut health is like. I want to know, I'm digging deep in many ways, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. I need to know where you are because it is crucial. Because if you really look at the big people out there that are killing it and are successful, go listen to some of Lewis Howes' stuff. He will go on and on and on and on and on about health, and not the health that we're used to, where it's diet hard, restrict yourself, don't eat carbs, work out like a fiend, I need to be ripped. He's not talking about that. He's talking about pure health, and health, wellness and health is spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical. Not just physical. It's not just about a diet, and it's not just about what you do in the gym. And if you think that's what it is, you are setting yourself up to fail later in life. You are going to have so many health issues. You're going to have so many problems. And I don't care if I'm going against the grain. I don't care if people don't disagree with me. I am anti-diet because diets fucked me up to the point where I didn't even think I was going to be able to bounce back. That's how bad I was. So what I do before we even do the first session, I do the huge quiz. Find out where you are. I give you a pantry swap. So I tell you, I'm not going to tell you not to eat stuff because food isn't bad. And the reason why we're so messed up and binge eat and stress eat and, hide in the bathroom and eat food and tuck the wrappers in the garbage and like all this crazy stuff that we do is because we restrict everything. You're human. We want what we can't have. So if somebody tells you you can't have something, you're going to be like, oh, there must be something about that. Right? So you're going to go do what you want to do. Again, it has a lot to do with your limiting beliefs or your programming and your map. It can go back to childhood. It could go back to something traumatic that's happened as an adult even. But I think when it comes to mind, body, nutrition, people get so confused and scared from it because they think when they come with me, I'm just going to be like, go eat what you want. And that's far from the truth. I know what it's like to transition. So I do some food journaling with you in a very special way. It's very different than any other trainer or coach will ever do with you because it taps into your emotional and your spiritual as well. Then I go into something that I call a healthy living blueprint. So you have something to follow, so you feel in control, but you're eating foods that you love, both healthy, maybe not so healthy. And I teach you kind of how to create that intuitiveness and mindfulness when it comes to eating. And that takes time. So you start with some control and we start teaching you how to. So you are essentially on a meal plan of sorts. It's hard to explain. So I do have control over it. I have you doing a log. I see what you're eating because it goes right into my Google Drive. I see it all. When it comes to movement, I don't just talk about what you need to do in the gym. I teach you purposeful movement because non-exercise activity thermogenesis is more of your caloric output in a day than your workout. And you don't work out every day. Well, some people do and they don't need to because their movement in general should be, just everything we do in a day, but we sit on our asses all day. So I teach purposeful movement. I also teach inspired movement. So I have 3 pillars: inspired eating, inspired movement, and inspired mindset. Because at the end of the day, if your journey is not pleasurable, you won't follow through. If it sucks, you're going to be miserable. You're going to hate life. You're going to be moody. You're going to treat everybody around you like shit. You're not going to be successful. Your finances will probably drop. And I'm going to actually do a masterclass on how to create wealth through health. I know it's been a game changer for me, trust me, and you've probably seen the difference in me just in the last year. So what I do is I have a very solid process. I do one-on-one sessions over Zoom. I really focus on trying to create something very special for my clients that gets them the results that they need, instead of just giving you a diet and then getting mad at you if you don't stick to it, or telling you to suck it up and you need to do better and you need to be disciplined. It's like talking to a kid. You don't need to be disciplined. You need to be consistent in healthy habits. And if that's what you call discipline, if you look at the definition of discipline, it actually means like punishing somebody. That's what discipline means. So go look it up. So that's why I don't use discipline. I'm not trying to punish you. I don't need to punish you. I need you to create pleasure in your journey. And that's what I do as a health coach. That's what I do. I'm not going to focus on, pushing you to do a diet so that you get great results in a month so I can post a transformation so it gets me more clients, because that becomes about me and not about my clients. What I want is them to be patient in their journey, and they will lose weight. They do lose weight. But the thing is that they start seeing all these other great things happening. So when I go to get a testimonial for them, even though they've dropped jean sizes, they've lost weight, they look better, their clothes are fitting better, they won't even mention it because they're so excited about actually being happy and healthy in their journey that just sits kind of in the back burner. But we are so, I need to see I need to see abs, I need to see cuts, I need to see this. I'm so tired of it. Like, it's, you don't even know. Like, I now even I kind of started unfollowing people that are so caught up in that, because I'm just not in that headspace anymore. I don't agree with that type of mentality anymore. I think it's unhealthy mentally and emotionally. And one day, because I know so many people that have felt that, and then one day they're where I am and they're like, oh my God, like, what was I thinking? More people than not. Not everybody's meant to be doing that. And we have come to this kind of spot in in our culture where we are comparing ourselves to people that are like insane when it comes to their diet and their fitness, and that's great for them if that's how they are, but a lot of the times you're not seeing the whole story. You're not seeing the heartaches and the anguish and all the stuff that they go through. We don't know. They seem happy on there, but they could be miserable as hell, and most likely they might be. So we have to really be like honest, and we aren't looking in the mirror and saying, okay, this is my shape. I need to love my shape and just become the best version of that. I don't believe in the whole self-love of it's okay to be in this shitty place because I should just love myself the way I am. You need to love the best parts of yourself and work on and change the things that need to be changed. Because regardless, if you can love yourself to death, but no offense, but if you're an asshole, or if you are really carrying a lot of excess body fat that you don't need to be carrying, because it can be really unhealthy for your heart, it can be unhealthy for your organs, it can be unhealthy mentally, emotionally. So I don't think that you should accept feeling like shit and being in a crappy place physically and think that that's okay just because you need to love yourself. So I'm kind of that person that's in the middle that thinks love yourself enough to treat yourself with respect and do what's best for your body. So if you are dieting and working out like a fiend and you're miserable and you're moody and you're tired, you're not sleeping, your digestion is off, do you think that that's the right path for you? You really may want to think twice about that, because I can guarantee it's not the right path for you. You have to start focusing on a feeling. You have to start focusing on healthy habits. And sometimes if you've come from that extreme diet and chronic dieting like I did, I put on a lot of weight first. Now it's coming off. Now I see people and they're like, oh my God, you've lost a ton of weight. And that's because I was patient and I listened to my body and I embraced what I was going through, because it's taught me so much. And I'm out here doing things with as an entrepreneur, I'm out there putting myself out there in ways I've never done before. My confidence levels are all out the roof. I have so much energy. I'm sleeping like a freaking baby. And not all the time. Don't get me wrong. I'm not perfect. I have my moments. Like I stayed up late the other night because I was listening to one of my coach's live videos and I had to get up early. But that's not all the time. So the next day I know, okay, I'm going to bed a little bit earlier. I really take care of myself. Self-care, ton of self-care. And that even includes self-love, because I do actually love myself enough to do what I need to do to get the results that I want, which is I want this energy. I want this vitality. I want this mental clarity. I want to feel amazing. And then everything else just falls into place. Now I'm dropping weight. My body is changing. I kill my workouts, but I do my workouts different now. I use variable intensity interval training, where I take my clients through different stages, from light to medium to high, back down to a medium light, and then I do some breathing, and depending on the person, breathing or meditation. And that's just for someone that's had adrenal fatigue, calming down that central nervous system is crucial to put you in rest and digest so that you recover better. You'll actually get better results. You'll increase your growth hormone. You will see so many positive changes if you do that variable intensity instead of just going to the gym and frickin' working out for an hour and a half killing yourself, and then go jump in the shower, go eat, and off you go. Your cortisol is out the frickin' roof. And I can bet you most women, and I say a lot, men too, but women, because of our hormonal changes as we get older, our adrenals get taxed just from that. And then on top of it, all this bullshit we keep doing to ourselves, most of us are walking around in adrenal fatigue and we don't even know it. We just think it's life. Oh, my life has been hard. No, you're making it hard. So just wanted to kind of pop on and say that your journey to nutrition and fitness and having the body you want is so at the tips of your fingers, but we keep fucking around with all this bullshit. Like, I just get so aggravated and sad because I see so much confusion, and it doesn't help. Like, I even did an email to my email subscribers and apologized for all the years as a coach that I put my clients through diets and like made them do things they didn't want to do and told them to suck it up, pretty much. I didn't say it like that, but you know what I mean. I made them do stuff that they hated, and I'm thinking, I've been a part of this problem and I feel so bad about it. So I've decided, no, stepping forward, even if it means I'm like the one person that's not doing it, because I can tell you right now, there's a lot of health coaches out there that say they're health coaches, and they still use diets, they still do all this stuff. They really don't know what they're doing, but they say it because it's a new thing, being a health coach. But they really don't have everything to back it up. So you're falling for all this crap that they're saying, but yet at the same time, they're still going to put you on a diet. They're still going to make you do things that you don't want to do and call themselves a health coach. So you just have to really research who you're dealing with and how they're doing it. Are they there to help you, or are they there to help themselves? Make sure you know the difference, because there's a lot of coaches out there. A lot. So don't fall into a trap of just pretty much going into the same thing if you want to actually change and become more in tune with your body. So I'm a huge advocate of mind-body nutrition. I'm a huge advocate of body positive and self-love. I'm a junkie, but in a way that makes you move forward and be the best version of yourself. And I want that for all the women out there. My goal by the end of 2019 is to sorry, somebody keeps texting me, is to reach as many, like 1 million women is my goal. And I know that may sound crazy, but you don't even know how much I'm doing right now to make that happen, because I want women to be the very best version of themselves. I want to help them create the best life they can have for life, and that's super, super important to me. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna jump off now because I got a client coming up. So I'm glad that you popped on for a little bit. And if you ever want to talk to me, we can jump on the phone or jump on Zoom or you know, FaceTime, whatever it is, and we can chat and just kind of see, like, find out more about what I do and if it can help you. I have a few different programs. I have a long one that's 12 private sessions. I have one that's 3 private sessions, but it's got some other stuff to it so that we end up together for about 11 weeks. I have a group program that I'm going to be doing that's more kind of self, I still do some coaching, but it's going to be on Facebook, and then you do a lot of the stuff yourself so you can go at your own pace. So I have a few different things. I'm going to be changing a lot of stuff and bringing out a lifestyle program soon too, with my VIT training. And yeah, so that's that. So I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing night. Stay warm. It was cold. Oh my God. I couldn't even believe it. I walked outside and I was just like, oh man, like, you know, the sun was shining. I'm glad life is good, but holy crap, do I wish I was in Florida right now. Anyway, guys, have a good night. Thanks for coming on, and I will talk to you soon.